Good morning, traders, and this is your Dow Jones daily review. So, starting off on the weekly chart, we've ended up with a bit of an inside bar hanging man, but we've actually started the day up with a little bit of Vuma. So, I think the critical thing here to bear in mind is this swing low here, which was a previous support level, has been broken and tested. Okay, last week it was tested pretty well, came all the way back down almost to the opening of the previous week, and then back up again. So, that there's two signals here that are up. There's a bit of uncertainty, number one. So, in other words, the bears are looking at it and saying, well, this is an area we need to look for shorts, and they tried. And then the other signal that's coming through is that the bulls are saying, well, we want to break out retest of these areas here, which validates a head and shoulders. Okay, so there's your shoulder, there's your head, and there's the other shoulder. Okay, so I am kind of in, I won't say two minds, but we are pretty much still looking for longs, but just not looking for longs at these opening levels. So you want to see some kind of a pullback and then look for your longs. Anyway, so if we look at the daily for Friday, so pretty much you can see we had a nice big engulfing bar. Could be seen as an exhaustion bar for a second attempt. There was my first attempt there. Okay, and here's my second attempt. The oscillator, not really much to write home about in this area. But one thing that we are sure of is the trend. So you can still see we're staying above the alligator, and that is the trend. Okay, so let's just get down to low time frames, see what we want to try and achieve today. So first things first, the 4 hour last week, you can see how we were below the alligator, and I said to you, the fact that we didn't really get a decent close below this level, which was 26,127, probably expecting another attempt to the upside, and we've had that attempt to the upside. Now the big question is whether we are going to break through this area where we are now, okay, or alternatively, are we going to come back down to this area? Now, bear in mind, it is earnings season. There's a whole lot of earnings coming out this week, so I suspect that is what's going to drive the market. So this volatility is sort of anticipation of earnings more than anything else. So if we start getting some negative earnings, then this thing is going to pretty much crash pretty quickly and fall through these levels. So if we have to look at the hour just to see what opportunities we have, as I said, no opportunity for a long at this level. And maybe early this morning at the Open, the Asian Open, would have been an opportunity, the way that we're bouncing on the 1 hour here. Oh, sorry, that's not this morning. This morning is over here. But Friday, there was definitely an opportunity of this bouncing around on the above the 1 hour here. So anyway, if you got that move, well done. So I didn't even bother trading on Friday. But what we do have at the moment is we do have this wedge that is forming. Okay, the target is pretty much coming back to the swing high here. Okay, so in saying that, still looking for longs, but I'm looking for longs on a decent pullback of 26,340. Okay, can't really go long at the level that we're at now. It's just not going to work. So we want to see a bit of a pullback, and then we have an opportunity to get long. Bear in mind that we also have a gap at the moment. So gap would have been about there. Okay, so because we're in the futures market, this is the futures market that's railing. A pullback here would be to the actual gap close, and then we get a move to the upside. So lastly, just going to close off on the half hour. So you can see, the trend is pretty strong to the upside, but we do have diversions here. While price is going higher, the oscillator is coming to the downside. So momentum is slowing down. So I would really expect some sort of consolidation or a pullback, which is going to allow us to get in long again. Okay, so one thing you need to bear in mind with all the earnings coming out, just don't panic. Okay, one set of bad results will drive the market down quickly, especially on something like Boeing or Caterpillar, one of the big shares in the Dow Jones index. But if it'll basically be an opportunity for buying. So what will happen is they'll drive it down to a point, and then the buyers will step in and accumulate their positions and continue on this trend to the upside. Okay, so that's kind of the view that I've got at the moment is wait for the next pullback. Ideally, I want to see it at one of these two levels here. Okay, so 26,400, sort of come back and close the gap. Or sorry, not 26, it's 26,415, or alternatively a deeper pullback to 26,142. So that's kind of what I'd be looking at. Okay, so yeah, and then if we just get back to the 4 hour, you can see we've sort of crossed over. Momentum has picked up to the upside on the awesome oscillator, but we are quite far from the alligator. Trend is pretty strong, so any pullback back into this area of 26,340 is still well within the uptrend. Okay, lastly, before we close off, let's just pop across the ichimoku, and you'll see we've got no crossover. We haven't had a crossover here on Kijinsen and Tikinsen. They're just running together. We have popped through the cloud. I would expect a pullback to come and test the cloud, and that obviously lines up with 26,346. Okay, and Chico span has broken through, so we've only got one bullish signal here on the 4 hour. On the daily, Kijinsen and Tikinsen are still flat. Cloud is pointing up. The trend is very strong to the upside. And if we come down to the 1 hour, you can see trend is pretty strong to the upside, but I still want to see some kind of a pullback to a level. And I think this level here of 26,346 is also something we need to pay attention to. So, sorry, let's just go back to the Paul Williams, and then we can put the levels in. So that'll give you an idea. It'll be there. It'll be there. Okay, so these are the two big levels that I'd be looking at. But just looking at the alligator on the hour pointing up like this trend is very strong. Even though we do have a bit of a wedge, I think pullback to this first level of 26,340 is probably the one that you want to look for. Okay. Failing that, then what you're looking for is something back to the gap close, which is 24,412. 26,412, sorry. Eyes are not working this morning. So it's 26,412, 26,344 or 45, and 26,270. Those are the levels you need to pay attention to. Okay. Anyway, guys, looking for longs, just not at this level. Want to see a bit of a pullback and then get back in long on this. And lastly, just bear in mind, we'll have to do this on the weekly. You have the all-time high. You've got one there, and then you've got one up there. So you do have 26,740 and 26,967 as your levels for profit taking to the upside. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I will catch you later. Cheers for now.